we're going to go over how to do like really fast CMAs. I want to just show you, I mean, everybody does them differently, but I'll show you how I do them and what works for me. And also, I want to show you guys how to do some like the market updates and how to get into doing that stuff. So let me share my screen here. Let's see. What do you guys see? Tell me what you see, because I can't see what you see.
I see the front page of the MLS.
Okay, so that's not it. Okay. I picked a different screen to share, but for whatever reason.
Are you on your iPad?
No, I'm not. Well, hold on real quick.
That's an aircraft carrier.
An aircraft carrier. Are you talking to us?
It's Carrie's.
Yes.
Carrie's background.
The last picture you sent looks like an aircraft carrier out of San Diego.
Oh, really? What?
That's exactly what it is.
Uh-huh. I'm a Navy mom.
Oh, really?
What do you guys see now?
Tech Wednesday.
Okay, cool. Okay, we're there. Let me just grab my paperwork.
Oh, Terry, are you in San Diego?
That's where the picture was. I was there and took a picture of that.
Oh, is that the Midway?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the USS Midway.
Yeah. Who's the Navy mom?
Terry Harrison.
Oh, wow. So cool.
Yep,
yeah,
I
that's
noticed.
Okay. Okay, so let's get right into it. So I wanted, like I said, I wanted to show you guys how to do the CMA in minutes, as I like to say, because I don't know, everyone has different processes or whatever, how they do it, but I want to show you guys how I go about it. So we'll do, like I'll actually show you, but just kind of an overview. What I do is I get the tax information. So I'll go to the realist tax with property address. And then a lot of times too, if you're talking to the homeowner, I always ask them to confirm the details of their property. So I'll ask them, okay, so tell me it's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, about approximately how many square foot is it? Because sometimes it's not the same. You know, there's there's discrepancies. So you want to make sure that, you know, you're looking at the same thing. And then any additional information, you know, tell me a little bit about your home, maybe the condition, what does it have, those type of things. If you're having the conversation with them, if not, then you can, you know, just do it based off the tax information that's there. Obviously, location is important. You know, the demographics, beds, baths, you know, the square feet, the lot size, how old the home is, does it have a pool, does it have a detached garage, anything, is it in an HOA, whatever information that you're going to need to be able to comp it out. So the first thing you guys are going to go to is the MLS, log in, search residential or search whatever it is you're looking for, land, commercial leasing, whatever it is. That's where you're going to go. And then I select everything. I do coming soon, active, pending. Jessica, put yourself on mute.
I'm on mute.
No, I think, or someone else is not on mute behind you, because I could hear everything. Okay, I think they're on mute now. I'm like, I hear music. And so anyways, I select everything, coming soon, active, pending, active under contracts, and sold, just to make sure to see what's there. You're going to input the demographics, do the search, compare, and then you're going to compare location and everything else. And then when we go to the market updates, it's important for you guys to be on top of what you're seeing, you know, knowing the facts, and then you want to always show up as the expert. So if I were you guys, I would be doing this weekly, And you can select your city, you can select a county or multiple cities, you know, what type of property, is there any market that you're trying to connect with? So you can select just, you know, single families, you can select just, you know, land or condos or whatever information, you know, you can narrow it down to be as specific as you want it to be. So that's basically that. Hold on. Let me go down here real quick. I'm sorry.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So when you go to the MLS, you're selecting Cloud CMA, and that's where you're.
No, we're gonna go. I'm gonna show you right now. I don't go to.
So when you're talking
CMA.
about updates, you're collecting that information from another source.
No, from the MLS. I'll show you right now. We're gonna go on there right now.
Ahead of you.
It's okay. You're okay.
I have MLS opening, so I'm just trying to follow you.
Yeah, so she'll do the presentation and then she's going to show us how right now. So we'll do one step by step.
I'm like trying to figure out how to do this here. The share screen is just driving me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you guys see my MLS?
Yes.
Okay. So I know you guys are all familiar with what this looks like. So this is when, you know, when you log into the MLS, this is what it should look like for you. So the first thing that you're going to do when you do CMA, like I mentioned, is you're going to go to the tax information. So you're going to go here to tax, and then you're going to put in a property address. Okay. So let's come up with a property address. Does anybody want to donate a property address? Or I'll just put one in. Let's see. You know what? Let's see real quick. So
I'm curious.
yeah.
I'll give you an address.
okay, go ahead.
I'll give you an address.
Okay.
I can give an address.
Oh,
10338 Bold Red Drive, Rancho Cucamonga.
bold.
Bold, B as in Baker, OLD, Bold
Uh-huh.
Red Drive.
Red, RED,
Yes.
like this, drive.
Yes,
10338.
yes.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna figure this out here as soon as it searches. Gotta love the internet. Okay, so this property is a 5 or where is it? Yeah, 5 bedroom, 3 bath, 3,091 square feet, built in 2010. It's a condo?
Yes. Yes.
It shows condo, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see, let's go down here. Oh yeah, it does say condo. So lot area is 4051. So obviously it's going to be in an association. And is it? Okay. So it's in Rancho Cucamonga. So what I like to do is I like to find out more or less like where it is, like where in Rancho Cucamonga, because obviously we know Rancho Cucamonga is a, you know, it's a big city, and depending on where you're located, you know, it could determine, you know, if a consumer's, you know, the value, if they're going to pay more for it or less, the closer you are, like, let's just say, you know, to like Victoria Gardens. Whereas if you're, you know, closer to maybe, you know, below Arrow and, you know, Vineyard or something like that, it's not as, so I'm looking for it, and why don't I find it?
Are you sharing your screen, a different screen than the tax realist one?
What do you mean?
Hold on, because I think you might be on a different screen than this.
Okay.
Oh,
I
no,
see.
you're good.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. This is just really weird. So, okay, so I'm gonna go back to the matrix. It looks like the property's listed. Is that correct, Carrie?
It's
what?
pending.
It's pending? Okay. So then that way we can find out where it is. So that's what I'll do too, is I'll check to see if it's in here. So obviously it was in here twice. So what I like to do is I'm going to check here to see where it's located. So we're at Arrow and Haven between Hermosa. So that's kind of where we're at. That's going to help me. So then I'll do the search detail. So selecting coming soon, active, active under contract, pending, and closed. And then I'll select condominium and townhome. I'll do both because every agent inputs stuff differently. I will put the zip code. I like using zip codes, and I'll tell you why. If you put in the MLS area or even sometimes city, again, depending upon the agent who inputs the information, it may not be accurate. And if that happens, then you might eliminate a comp that might be good or bad. You know, you don't know. But by putting the zip code, typically that information is brought in by the tax, you know, the tax information, if they imported it that way, or they would have imported, you know, the address. Hopefully they imported the address correctly. So that's why I personally like to use the zip code. So
That's really helpful, Sonia, because I do come across that quite a bit, and I never thought that it could possibly be the way that it was entered into the system.
yes, it is.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Very.
So that's why I use zip code. A lot of people ask me, why do I use the zip code? That's the reason I use it. So
Very good.
It's
So here I'm-
91730.
yeah, 91730. Yeah. So then I'll put 4+, even though it's 5 bedrooms, I'm just going to put 4+, and same thing with bathrooms, because I want to see, I'm not looking for exact match, because a lot of times you won't have an exact match, but I want something close to it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then the age is 2010. So I'm going to go 10 years below and 10 years higher is what I usually do, just to give that. And then if you notice, it's showing that there's no matches. You see, I don't know if you guys see that, but it says 0 matches.
Mhm.
So let me take off the townhome house, because she might not even have it listed as that. See? And now that I take that off, I have 5 matches. So I'm going to select my results, and then I'll go to the map, and then I'm going to see where it is. So it is down here. This one right here. But again, like I mentioned, she has it listed as a house and not as a condo. So you should probably just take that all off to see what it is. But let me take a look at these. These are actually, looks like these are actual homes.
Oh, right. That's going to be important. Okay.
Yeah, see, these show as single family. See, and on the tax record for the other one, it showed as a condo.
Yeah, and he has it as a single family.
Right, and it's not. Because what's going to happen is for title is where it should, that's, and it does show it has the association, Venture, oh, this is a Ventures Grove. This is the one you were talking about, yeah. The
Yes.
little pocket area.
Yeah.
I know Jamie just sold one in here too, I think she said.
Jamie, are you there? Are you here?
Yeah, I'm on.
Okay.
So Jamie, is this complex have to be FHA approved?
It is FHA approved.
Okay, so that's why I'm saying, so it is a condo per se.
I'm kind of questioning because I thought it's a mixture of condos and single family residence.
Yes, that's what we talked about yesterday in the office.
Yeah.
Because well, that's interesting, because on title, like here we go back to it,
Shows condo.
it shows condo
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, there are HOA dues.
Yeah, and you know what? It could just be how the builder filed it. And because I've seen that happen before, where it is in fact a single family, but because the way the builder filed it, it really messes up, you know, the community, because now they have, like you're saying, they have to be approved in order to sell it. So it's, I don't know, that's actually a questionable one, to be honest with you. But if you look at it, I wouldn't compare it to That's a tough one, to be honest with you.
I know, Sonia, that's what I'm going through. As
Well,
far as
let's see.
the appraisal,
Uh-huh.
that's the challenge that I'm having.
So are you helping the buyer that's buying
I
that?
represent, yes, I represent the
Okay.
buyer.
And what did
I-
the appraiser say?
Well, it's a VA and it takes about, we've only been in escrow 5 days. It takes
Okay.
about 10 days to get the appraisal, and because it is a VA buyer, however,
Let me
I
see.
did reach out to the
Uh-huh.
listing agent to see what comps he used to justify the asking, because sellers can ask for whatever they want, but
Right. Let me see what's in here. Well, actually, hold on. There's more that came up, but let me just put the Vintage Grove. Is this or Vintage Grove? So this looks, let's look at this one. This is showing a condo as well. This is
what
another.
is, let's see. Let me see something. Oh,
And this one was just listed. It's smaller.
are you talking about 10337?
No, that one didn't come up. I'm talking about, there's another one, and they do have it listed as a condo. This one is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 15 square feet. So it is smaller, definitely smaller.
Yeah, there's one right across the street from the address that I gave you, and it's listed as a condo.
Yeah, it looks like they're listed as condos in there. They do look, does look like a house though.
That's right.
Okay, the one that you're looking at with 15 square feet, that is a condo. That's the model match to what I just sold. That's not like what you're looking at. And you could see, you just saw Yellowtail. This is the
Yeah.
exact model match of what I just sold on Sparkling. So Terry's in a house that's like a street down from these. They're all intermixed together with condos and what looks like standalone detached homes.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Well, that'll be very, very interesting to see what it appraises at, Terry. I would like to see how that appraisal gets done. If you don't mind sharing that with us once it's done, because I think it's important for us to see how if they classified it as a condo, or if they actually went out of the community and used other single family homes.
Okay, that's right. So in a situation like, since there's no comps and he hasn't supplied me with any, he said he did go out of the area. Would you advise my client, my buyer, to wait and pay for, I'm scheduled to do a physical inspection there tomorrow. Would you wait until you get the appraisal back, or how would you handle that?
How much did yours sell for, Jamie?
We sold for $450, but again, those are a lot bigger square footage. Over
No,
3,000.
exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it went for 450, and how long ago was that?
We just closed.
You just closed. Okay, so let's see here. You know what, Terry? I don't think it's far off, as far, like I said, because if you look at the price per square foot, I don't think it's a bad price for it. It's just, are they going to be able to support, what it is? And if you look around, let's go back to where we were. We only actually had.
I'm going to share. They had a really hard time coming in on my appraisal. She literally had to go outside of that neighborhood.
Yeah, you're going to have
even
to.
with comps, because there's no comps in the neighborhood. And then I just went on a listing appointment in there last night. They had a refi appraisal done, and they just came in at 465 because they have remodeled kitchens and bathrooms and stuff. And it was the model match to the one I just sold for 450. So, but that was a refi appraisal. We all know how those come in. So But I think you're fine, Terry. I really do.
I think you do. I think you are too. I'm looking at the other comps, or the other, the other parts, and this one closed at 650 and it was 40 square feet, but it's a 6-bedroom. So I think you're very close
Okay.
to what this is, also in an association community. So this would actually, and it's 2013. It is a little bit bigger. But again, it could be, there could be a variety of differences that they could use. This one doesn't have any pictures of the inside, so that's not helpful. But I think you're pretty close.
Okay, then I'm just going to proceed on with the physical inspection.
Yeah, I think you're pretty close. I mean, if anything, you might be a little bit off, but if that's the case, then I'm hoping that they're willing to, to negotiate, with you.
Yeah, I hope.
Price.
My hopes too.
Okay, so we'll do another one because that one was pretty tricky, and I don't think most people go through that. So we're gonna make it a little bit easier.
Sonia, thank you.
You're welcome. But just so you guys know, I mean, if you have to step outside, the area, you're going to have to. A lot of times, they're going to try to pull what they can within the community or within the mile radius. But don't be afraid to go out of the area, because sometimes the homes that are in the area, although they were built the same year, they weren't cared for the same. The condition's not the same. There could be a variety of things. Maybe that one is on a busier street than the other ones are. There's a lot of factors that could play a difference. I had a property that we had appraised about a couple months ago, and I've never seen them ding for it being on a busy street. And it wasn't even that busy, to be honest, but the backyard faced a main street, and they dinged it like by $12,000. So I've never seen them do that, but now I'm starting to see that they're being a little bit more aggressive with their appraisals. So just like I said, be mindful of all of that. But we're going to take a look at this. I'm just going to put in this address here. It's a property in Riverside. So let me see if this is. If it comes up. Okay, so this property here is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1940 built, 1742 square feet, and the lot size is 20,000, a little bit over. And this one is 92506 zip code. Let me see if there's anything else on here. Pool or anything else. It says detached garage. So it looks like the garage might be detached. And then if you notice here how it says tax says 3-bedroom, but MLS says 4. So that's something that you would want to definitely talk to the owner about and find out if it's permitted or what this, what the situation is. Because again, that could make a difference in what you're doing. So we'll go here and I'll punch in the address here. I always look to see if it was listed, just so I can see if there's pictures or any other information that maybe I'm not seeing. So this was sold actually in 2015 and he bought it for $315. And it looks like both times in 13 and 15, it was listed as a 4-bedroom. And so everything else is the same, just under a ½ acre, 4-bedroom, 2-bath. Okay, so then I'm going to click here. And then if I click here, it's going to show me again. That's what I like to see, where exactly it is. So we're like off Grand and Harupa area. So I'll go back here, go back to home, search, detail, residential detail, and then again, coming soon, active under contract, pending, closed, and then single family, 92506, bedrooms, so 3+ and then 2 baths, and then the year is 1940. This is where it gets a little bit because even though some of them are 1940, like let's just say I'm just gonna put 1950. A lot of them have been updated, so sometimes it's hard to compare a 1940 home that's never been, anything done to it, whereas there's one that's, been completely redone. So you got to pay a little bit more attention to the homes like that. So I'm gonna go to map. This is what I usually do. I'll go to map, and I'm gonna find where it was. Remember, I said it was Grand and Harupa, so it's around here somewhere, the property. So then what I'll do is I like to use my handy dandy little circle guy, and I'll just circle this. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to do that, but I'll just circle these because I don't want too many. I just want to circle around and see which ones match up. So I'm going to look over here at the square footage, and I'm going to see if, everything is pretty close, to it, age-wise, everything. So I'll select the ones that I want to use. So look at this one, looks like it's going to come on for 430, which is, a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, just a little bit smaller. Oh, actually, you know what? I forgot. I need larger land now that I remember. So here, there's one at 16.9, which is probably close to it. But let me go back to my criteria. I forgot about that. Hold on. So let me go back to the map and take this off because I don't want to. So I'll go here to the lot size, and I'll just put 15,000 to, let's just say 25. Let me see what comes up. Oh, there's only one. So only one. Let me take this off. So now there's 20 because there's the age difference is going to make a big difference. So there's some that are in the 60s and a little bit further. So, but it looks like that's what we need. So we're going to go here to map again. And then remember, we are on Grand and Harupa, which is right here. But it looks like most of the other ones are on this side, which if you guys are familiar with Riverside, this side is probably nicer. So that can make a difference on price. And then obviously this is a different area as well. So if we look here, this one's 485 and it closed escrow. And then this one is available 1776. This is actually probably a comp, a good comp. So let's see, let's take a look at this. 565, but this one is built in 1955. So, but what, like I said, what's going to end up happening is you have to decide if you want to pull properties from that side as well. So you can do the different types of mapping here. Like, let's just say you decide, okay, I'm just going to use these because they're going to use what's closest to it. It makes more sense to use the properties that have the same amount of land because that's, basically what your prices are going to be. And then you can take a look at that and maybe average it. So once I do this and I look, you know what, these are actually good comps. I think that they would be, what the appraiser would use. Then at that point is when I'll select the ones I want. And in this case, I'll let's just say I want to use them all. You can, if you want, use the ones with the pool. You don't have to, but if you do, then that's when I'll import it over to Cloud CMA. And you can also adjust price there too. I mean, that's something else you can do if you wanted to. So then I'll put here just sample and then put the address here. Oops. And see the tax is pulling it up as 3. So when you go into the Cloud CMA, I know we've done this before, but I'm going to show you guys really quick. If you wanted to, the ones that have pools, you can actually change those. So to make it very easy, the ones that have pools, let's go back here to the matrix. So there's actually Rubidoux, Fairview, Rosewood, and Glen Haven. So it seems like there's a few of them that have that. So you could either take a look at them and compare the condition, if there's been any upgrades. So that way you can determine, look at this, also has a detached garage. Okay, it's just a pool, you know, nothing crazy. So there's that one. Then you can go to the next one. And does this one have a pool? Yeah, see, this one says salt water, so this one might be a little bit nicer. The house looks a lot nicer too. Looks more updated. And yeah, the pool is nicer, more expensive, I guess you could say. And so that one's this one, and that's why it's probably the highest priced one. And then this one did not have a pool. And I think this one has a pool. Yeah, this one has a pool. So more than anything, it just looks clean. Flooring looks updated. Kitchen, maybe. And then it's just a pool, no spa. But has like a storage place. And then let's go to the next one. So then just by, you know, taking a look, you can tell why, if it's priced a little bit higher, you know, why it's higher. This one doesn't have a pool. And this one does have a pool. And this doesn't really look upgraded. At all. Okay. So by doing that, what you can do is, based on that information, you can go here into, like, before you go to your appointment, or before you send it out to your client, you can always go in and, like, for instance, like this one, you know, you can compare it and adjust it, and you can do those adjustments by doing it down here on how it compares. So maybe that one only has a pool. This one has a spa. So you can put, you know, spa, and then you can, you know, deduct it, or, you know, by putting the minus, or you can add it if you need to. Like, let's just say it's too low. But here you can add adjustments. So it does say it has RV parking. Maybe yours doesn't have RV parking. Maybe it has a brand new kitchen. This one says it has a newer carpet, tile, paint, landscape. So there's a lot of different things: dual pane windows, doors, copper plumbing. Maybe the home that you're selling doesn't have those, because of course, when your seller sees this price, they're going to say, oh, well, I want $639 for it. So that at that time, it's important to show them the adjustments, so that way they understand why, you know, their home is not actually valued, you know, that amount. And like, let's just say for this one, that's 427, maybe that's really low. So we can see what is it that it has. It right here, it says heating none. I'm sure that's not true, but pool none. So let's just say ours has a pool. You know, we can say, okay, we have a pool. What would we, you know, value our pool at? Let's just say we say 12,000, depending on the kind of pool it is. Then you can add that to the price right there, save it, and then it'll adjust you. Now your comp is going to be higher. So you can always do that, because you want your summaries and everything to flow with the price that you're looking to, you know, for your client to stick by, in order to get the, you know, the price that they're looking for in their home. Does anyone have any questions about that so far? Let's see. Oh, how did I import to Cloud CMA? You just go here to Matrix, right here. And once you select all of the listings you're going to use, you just select, and then you hit Cloud CMA, and it takes you right there. Okay. Any more
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Any more questions before we move on to the next thing? Good. Okay. So that's basically, like I said, in a nutshell, how to do it really quick. Just again, just stick to this is more detailed if if you're, let's say you're going on a listing presentation, so you want to spend more time really comparing it as much as possible. But if you're trying to do one really fast, then like I said, I usually just type in the active, under contract, pending, sold, and then just kind of do a circle around the area and just kind of get a feel for the days on the market in that area. The are the homes, similar, are they not similar? So that's basically how I do it. A lot of times you don't have to go out of the area, but just depending on the price range that you're trying to get sometimes, and it can be there because you just have to be a little bit more, detailed with it. So let's see really quick. Let's see. You know what? You can do this to get the range. The range, if you wanted to, what you would do is you would just publish this report, and then what it does is it'll give you the averages, so that way you know. The other thing you can do, if you don't even want to get a report, you don't even want to go there, and this is actually what we're going to talk about next, is how to do the market updates. But you can actually click here on the stats of what you've selected. And when you collect the stats on, depending on if you're looking on the closed averages, then this would be the averages here on the closed ones, because it gives you everything broken down: actives, under contract, closed, and then all of them combined. So this is where you could get the summary of the averages if you needed that.
Where did you go to get that?
So you go to stats.
Stats,
You
okay.
select, you select what you're looking for, and you go to stats. So that's actually what I was going to show you guys next.
Cool.
So, so that's just like a basic fast, CMA. But if you guys are looking to do like market updates, which I really, really think that you guys should. I think you guys should be doing market updates, not only to share. If you're not going to share, it's fine, but I think you should. If you're going to do it, you might as well share. But if you're not going to share, it's important for you to do it, so you know what's going on in whatever areas that it is that you're, maybe you have buyers, you have potential buyers, or where you want listings. You should be going in there, as often as possible, so that way you guys can make sure that you guys know what's going on. You guys have a feel for what's happening in that market. So what you can do is do the search just like you would. So we'll do Chino, for instance, because I always do market updates on Chino. So I'll select everything here. Yeah. I can't hear you.
I know. There's 2 comments on there.
Okay.
How did you import it to the cloud CMA? I missed it.
I answered that already.
Oh, okay. And then what is it?
Yeah, I did that already. We already
Okay,
talked
cool.
about that. Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm multitasking.
That's
So
okay.
I missed those.
Okay, no problem. And so you're going to select coming soon, active under contract, pending, or closed, or depending on what it is you're trying to display. You always want to know who your market is. Who are you trying to educate? So this is just showing you a general overview. If you just want to show closed, you can just do closed. If you want to show what came on the market, hey, these are the new listings that just came on, in the last 7 days, here's a little bit about them. So whatever market it is that you're trying to go after, that's how you're going to decide what to choose. But typically when I do a market update, I'll do all of these. And then what I'll do is I will, again, either put in the zip code, which I love to do. So I'll put in the zip code for Chino. And then just so you know, there are cities that have multiple zip codes. So if they do, and you want the whole city, or you can just say, 91710 market update, so they know, city of Chino 91710. So they know that that's what it includes. You can get more specific by saying, I only want to do single families, or I only want to do condos, or I only want to do townhomes, or, whatever it is. Or you don't have to put any of that. You can, not select anything at all and have it give you all of the stats. So it's just up to you. And then down here, listing the type. So you can say, I only want, standards. I don't want any, HUD homes or trusts or anything else. I just want standards. But again, that's up to you, because you have to keep in mind that you want to compare apples to apples. So what I mean by that is, if you're just giving a general overview, then you don't have to select anything. But if you're trying to target, let's say, sellers, then you don't want to put in any bank repos or short sales or anything like that, because what's it going to do? It's going to bring your averages down. So just be mindful again of what your intention is and who you're trying to reach. So most cases we'll select standard just because we only want to deal with standard homes that are for sale, which if you notice down here, it says 453 matches, but as soon as I hit standard, it's 435. So, so there is about 20 different, other properties that may be listed under other conditions. And then again, depending on who you're trying to entertain, you can say you don't want HOA, you want senior communities only, you don't want senior communities, bedrooms, baths, whatever it is, maybe the age of the houses. Maybe you're trying to do a specific, community, like let's just say, you like Creekside of Ontario, so you just want that particular area. Or let's say like Terry, the Vintners Grove area, like whatever it is, just so you can always go and do the map as well, and select, the particular area. Because if you look, there's a lot of houses and it's everywhere all over Chino. So you could be doing that as well. So once you know that these are the homes that you want to include in your market update, so then you can look through the room if you want to, or you can just let them be. But what I do is I'll select all, or I'll select the ones. But if you notice, there's some condos here. Let me
Do
just,
you always go back 180 days?
yeah,
Okay.
I do. So I'm going to do single family and not condos, because again, condos are smaller. It's going to really bring down the average. So that's why I like to do single family. So if I do it this way, it's going to, again, give me all the properties. And remember, Chino's different. You have new homes and you have old homes. You have homes that have land. You have homes that don't. So it's still a big variety, but it's just an overall average. So I'll select all. Oh, wait, hold on a second. So, well, let me go back. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. So closed, I don't always select 180 days. I'm sorry, Julie. I think that was you that asked me that. Okay. You know what? When I'm doing my comparables, yes. So thank you for saying that, because I didn't even realize that. I almost skipped that part. So depending on how far back you want to go, this is, again, if you're doing a 30-day market update, if you're doing a 15-day, a 60-day, that's what you're going to put here. So if I'm going to do the last 30 days, I'm going to put 0 through 30.
Okay.
And I'm going to put 0 through 30 on all of them, because I only want what happened within the last 30 days. So what's going to happen is this, and I'll show you the difference, because these are just the homes that were listed in the last 30 days. So you have 128 homes. If you notice at the bottom, hold on. So actually there's 124 homes. But if I take off this here, and the coming soon,
Just go up.
it goes to 159. And that's because some of those homes have been listed for over 30 days. Okay, so if you notice, that's the difference. So if you're going to give a 30-day update, then you got to be sure to put in 0 through 30. So there's 0 through 30. Now I'm going to go to results. And then now I'm going to select all of them. And then I'll go down here to stats. Okay, so then that stats, and then tabular is what you're going to select. And then this is what it gives you. So it tells you that out of the 18 that are active, that were listed in the last 30 days, it tells you a little bit about them, what their averages are, the average price, days on market, 12, 4-bedroom, 3-bath. So it gives you some information. And then active, I usually combine active, under contract, and pending, because it's basically the same thing. So I'll combine this and then add the numbers together to get that. And then closed would be here. Average list price to average close price. So if you notice, they're closing for higher than what they list.
Mm-hmm.
and that's in the last 30 days. Days on market, 34, 4-bedroom, 3 baths, and then, you know, that's the averages. So that's how I come up with the market update, by doing that.
So when you said that you add the active under contract and pending together, like what do you mean? Like then how do you figure out the number?
Yeah, so here it's 37 and 38.
Mm-hmm.
So then I would add those together.
Okay.
And then you would do the same thing, because all it is it's all added and divided by the amount of homes. So
Okay.
you're just adding the amount that they're listed, the amount that, you know, because you don't have a sold price yet. So you just have the list price. So you would just add it divided by the amount of homes, and then same thing with the days on market. Add the days on market divided by the amount of homes. So it's the same thing.
Okay.
And that's kind of how that works. But those are just really simple and fast ways to get information, especially a lot of times when people want to know, or if you're going to go door knocking, or if you're going to do, you know, any type of marketing, it's always good to know, you know, what's going on. And like I said, you could do it in the last 7 days. So if you look here, so this is 30 days. Where are we at? So here the average list price 30 days ago was 567,337, and then sales price is 569,124 with 34 days on the market. If you go back and let's just say criteria, let's just say people want to know a year ago, what was it exactly 1 year ago? So 30 days today would be the 8th. So we're 7/8. So we'll say 6/8 to 7/8. So if we go back a year, we can do the same thing. So we can go June 8th to July 8th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to go there, and then we're going to take these off too, because we got to do it for each of them. I hope I'm not confusing you guys.
Mm-mm.
Okay. And then let's go here, because it's all interesting facts. You know, you can even go back to 2009 or whatever, you know, just to see what things were. So you can go results here. And if you look, let's go here. Well, everything's going to be sold, actually. I don't know what I was thinking. Nothing's available still. Just getting ahead of myself. So here, if you look, there was 25 that closed, and you have the average days on market was 38, not much difference. And average list price was 487, 291, and sales price was 482. So it does still show you that they were still getting above price. They were still getting above, but look at the difference in the price.
Mm-hmm.
It's about $80,000 in 1 year. Interesting, huh?
Very.
Yeah.
So
You wouldn't think it would be that big amount, but
you know what?
a big
It's
amount.
gotten that big. If you look at from March to March, it's not that big of a jump. I think it was more like 45. So it's gotten a lot more in the last 45 days. It's increased that much more. But yeah, so that just kind of shows you guys, you know, it's good to always mess with it, and because you're going to always have people who are going to say now's a better time than this and that or whatever. But then again, you can go back and then you can do the math from what the rates were then to what the rates are now. And if you do the 30-year, you know, amortization, and you show like really, you know, you see it there, you know, you see the difference of the savings in there. So I know that's where a lot of people like to see, because numbers are numbers. So does anybody else have any other questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
I'm working on a flyer for a market update. What's the quickest way? I tried yesterday cutting and pasting the market update into my flyer, but it gave too much information, you know, like days on the market and the area. I just wanted to have everything simplified for my market update.
Okay. What do you suggest, Jessica? Because she does them more than us. We copy and paste too, but she does them every day. So she makes a template. I know that. She creates a template. And
Where
then,
do you, where do you create the template from?
I created it on Canva.
Okay.
The template. So all I did was I kind of just simplified it because you know that big little graphic it's too big and people are just I think it's a little intimidating because it's like
Right.
what are all these numbers, like what am I looking at?
Mhm.
So I simplified it. Oh, let me see if I could share my screen. Let me allow myself to show the screen.
oh
one
yeah,
second.
I'll let you share it. Go ahead.
All right, let's see where it is. Okay, so we just did a market update even today for our Good Morning Vibes. I don't know if you guys joined us for that, but this is what I did. So it's very simple. You just put, you know, you can put your name or you can put it differently, the Chino market update, and that's all I did. All I did was pull the numbers from that one little graph that she got. And I like she said, I added the pending and the under contract together, and then I put the closed, and then I just simplified the numbers. If it's, I just averaged them up, just so it's kind of cleaner. And that's all I did. It's just a simple background with.
And you did this all on Canva?
I did it all on Canva.
And then do you do it off of your actual computer, or do you do it off the phone?
Well, when I create the template, I do it on a computer because it's a little bit difficult to just go and just create the whole thing there.
Okay.
So I do it on a computer, but then when I am updating the numbers, all you really have to do is change this. So if I'm gonna do it for the next week and the numbers are different, then I just go 10. I don't know what it was, 30.
Okay, so you make the template, you save it, and then you just every week okay, got it. Okay.
Every week I just change the numbers, and then if I want to like freshen it up somehow or just kind of give a different, I just change the background. That's all I do. So that's it. I'll change the background on it and it looks a little bit differently. I'll change the way the layout is a little bit, and then I'm good to go. I think I had another flyer here where it's almost the same thing. It is a market update, but I'm using the same exact numbers and I'm putting it in a different layout, but it's still the same information.
Got it. Thank you.
I was looking for something a little different. I was looking for example, one of my farms area is North Rialto, Las Colinas. So I was looking for, like in the MLS, the address, maybe the picture. You know how you can do a short version? And I tried cut and pasting, but it still gave out too much information. So it looks like I'm gonna have to copy and paste one at a time or input. Do you guys, are you following me? What I'm saying?
Show her the update, the one that me and Katie passed out, the one that has from the Cloud CMA.
Is this the one that, are you going to show? Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's the area you're looking for.
Yes.
This one.
That we got that out of Cloud CMA.
Yeah, so she, just like the stats that she did with the Cloud CMA, all I did was print the screen. So I just screenshot my screen and I just cut out what I needed and then I just pasted it on Canva. That's all I did.
That's fine. I can do that.
Yeah. So if you can screen grab it, it would be really, it would be much better.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Anybody else have a question?
I'm good. Well, we need a Jessica in our office.
I was thinking that too.
I'm all Jessica. We need Jessica in our office. We need to find another one.
I was thinking that too, Lord Jesus. I was thinking that.
Yeah.
You know what?
Well,
She actually is working on that, if you guys don't know.
Yeah, like that new guy. I know. I'm gonna
No, there's another person. We're trying to find another person.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So there is going to be another person. I mean, I don't know it's going to be exactly that. There is other things that she has to do. But it is going to be a female. We are looking for a female.
Before we're all gonna be like, we're going to Sonia's office.
Yeah.
Julie, is the new marketing guy in the office now?
He is. I'm actually meeting him next Thursday. So
I'm gonna need that with
down to see exactly what he's going to be doing. But
Oh,
yeah,
that's
he started Monday.
Okay, I guess I have to get us all his information.
Yeah, I know that he's going to start reaching out to all the agents. So, you know, to coming up with a game plan.
Okay,
But I know this week it's kind of more like training for him becoming acclimated.
I understand.
But we definitely need a Jessica in our office.
Well, you guys can reach out to me. I can help in any way. If you guys need tips and tricks, please.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, but like I said, just create your template, and then that way it makes it easier to manage, you know, to get to and go back to. So, but, all right, guys, well, it was good talking to you guys, and anything else, let us know.
Okay, thank you, Sonia.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thanks.
Good class. Thank you.
Okay, bye, guys.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.